This is the Vet Voice podcast from Veterans for America First. I'm Jared Craig, the host, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Doug Bankson, who is a VFAF endorsed candidate for Florida House Congressional District 39. And he has won his primary, so I want to say congratulations for winning your primary election. And our goal today is to get you the most coverage of information out before the general election this November 8th. So, Mr. Bankson, would you like to share with your audience, our audience, a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to run for office?
Well, sure. First of all, thank you for having me on. And it's just so exciting to be able to get before the people. That's really what this is about. To me, I'm actually a pastor for 27 years. We founded our church. We founded a Christian school with over 270 students. My favorite titles are husband, father, and grandfather. That's probably my favorite right now, Papa. But those are the reasons that motivate me. You know, the things that we see in our nation, I love our nation. I've always been patriotic. And when we see what's going on around us, that our very system of government seems to be under attack, our constitutional values, those things motivate me. It's for such a time as this is just a phrase that stirs me. And, being from a biblical background, I think everybody knows the story of David and Goliath. And, David went down to see the battle. He heard the threatenings going on. And even his own brother said, well, what are you doing? You're just proud. You're doing this for your own motives. And he basically said something that to me, and I've shared this with other audiences as I've spoken, something that resonated to me, and I think needs to resonate to every American right now. He said, is there not a cause? And when we look around and see the things that are going on around us in our nation, our liberties under attack, there's a cause worth fighting for. When I see my children and the America that they're beginning to see happen around them, my grandchildren, I want them to have the same freedom, the same liberty, and the same nation that I grew up with. And so these are things that motivate me. Secondarily, I really believe that we're supposed to be public servants. And it seems that that's lost sometimes in politics, where literally the word politician can seem like a cuss word for some people. We need to get back to public servant and being a public servant. And so those things motivate me. I got involved here locally, been serving for the last 6 years as a city commissioner and vice mayor in our town, because I began to see some very dangerous decisions being made, fiscal decisions that that affects our ability to take care of our families and to reach for our dreams. I begin to see of course, our police and fire, our first responders. I've always had a passion for them, and begin to see that under attack. And of course, our veterans and what they stand for. To me, they gave their lives. So many gave their lives. And I hate to see the very thing they lived and even died for beginning to be stolen. So that to me is motivation. It's worth fighting for, and it's time to stand.
Well, go through your platform. What's the first thing that you're going to do when you get to the state house in Florida? What's on your agenda as your number one issue?
Well, for me, first of all, I see government in two ways, the ground up and the top down. So starting with ground up, that's being a representative. And I like that title because it is being a voice for the people. And I've lived here in our district for over 30 years, and I care about our people, what we need, what our needs are. And so as I've gone throughout the district, finding out what each municipality needs, I want to be that reflective voice. So one of the things that's really affecting everyone right now, obviously our pocketbook. The economy is huge. It's on the top of everyone's mind across the board. Something that we're facing here, and we just saw exacerbated by the recent hurricane, is that we need to make sure and deal with our property insurance. It is at an unsustainable, to use a term that people throw around, but fiscally it's unsustainable. And we've got to address those things because it's beginning to break the system, and we can't just continue on that track. So that's something I really want to stand up for. And again, make sure that we do it in a way that government's arms need to not be long, they need to be short. For me, philosophically, government is like the umpire at a baseball game. No one said, I've never heard anyone say, hey, let's go watch the umpire. It's not even a thought. It's about, let's go watch the teams play. And but the umpire is necessary. Their job is not to put points on the board to make things even out. It's to make sure the game is played fair, that everyone has an equal shot. So I want to bring that element into government. And again, after dealing with the insurance issue, we need to make sure and support our small businesses and the infrastructure that helps them to stay strong.
Well, I love your metaphor about the umpire. That's actually very, very illustrative. Now, on your website, you talk about issues related to schools and children. You mentioned your granddaughter and your kids. And I think naturally we go into the issues of school. Luckily, you're in Florida and you have a
Yes.
strong Republican governor. But what are you seeing when you go from town to town within your district? What are your constituents bringing to your attention about the schools in your area?
Well, of course, first of all, is the concern about what's being taught, the liberalism, the CRT, which is really a communist ploy to divide people, teaching children to be racist. You don't overcome racism with more racism. We really want them to go beyond those things and become, we're one race, it's called the human race. And so those are key issues that really concern parents. The transgender issues of bringing in these philosophies that belong to certain groups rather than allowing parents to raise their children. That's something that is huge on people's minds. And again, for us, having a private school, we've seen an inundation to where we're having to expand because parents are just wanting the kids to be able to just learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, the basics, preparing them for success. And so having established a school, I'm also an instrument rated pilot, and we've started an aviation program. I believe that kids need multiple paths to success. And so whatever fits the child, well, who knows that best? It's the parents. And so the parents need to have school choice. And I am very grateful to be in Florida and to build upon that to make sure that not only the parents have the choice, but the dollars follow the student. And this will make all schools strong, whether public, charter, private schools. It gives the parent and the child the opportunity to choose. And again, they're not simply stuck in a particular school. If they find, such as ours, there's an aviation program, and maybe their child feels a draw to that. There are other STEM programs that I really want to support, and whatever field there is, and allow each family to decide whether it's to go on to secondary education and college and career beyond that, or simply to go right into the workforce. We need to make sure that they are fully given the freedom to make those choices. And so that's something I'm real passionate about, to make sure that parents have the choice and that there's a freedom for the kids to succeed.
Well, as we go around the country, we're looking to motivate people to vote on America First agenda principles and to vote for America First candidates. And Veterans for America First is proud to endorse you for your campaign. So if other people in your district want to find out some more information about you, contact you for volunteering or to make donations, contributions, or to learn more about any of your points, how could they do that and where would they go?
Well, again, and I absolutely agree, it is America first. Just like every one of us, my first responsibility is my family, and a responsibility as a leader. I think all leaders need to make sure and support America first. And so they can reach out to us at dougbankson.com. And we can give them all kinds of information there. They can reach out to us directly or find out how to get involved or to donate. We can use all the help to get across the finish line. And I'm excited to go and represent the people and stand for America First values and make sure that we pass on to our children the America that we've enjoyed.
Well, we look forward to seeing you get to the State House in Tallahassee. And maybe next time you come on, it'll be a celebration that you won the general election and you were representing the good people of Florida. So I look forward to that, and we'll stay in touch.
All right. Thank you very much.